Welcome back to the construct. So today's going to be a very interesting video today. We have some kind of interesting news. So I've I'll be honest, I've followed a lot of influencers: Patrick David, Candace Owens, Steven Crowder, and obviously Fresher Fit and Andrew Tate, right? So yesterday I was I guess last night I was on X and I see something very interesting, and I'm just like, there's no way this is real. And for those of you who don't know, Kamala Harris basically admitted that Andrew Tate and Myron Gaines made her lose the demographic of men that were under 30. And basically, that their power, their influence, made her lose the election overall. And the fact that she admitted this in her book, which mind you, I thought the book came out weeks ago because I know she was on this tour talking about mandates and talking about how it was a close election, even though Trump won by a landslide, and he won all seven electoral states, or all seven swing states. It's she's still delusional, but the fact that she admitted this is pretty fascinating to me. Let's read what exactly is said on the in the book here. Let me see if I can share the screen. Because and also I'll be honest, I was late to the Andrew Tate wave. Um, there it is. So, um, my perspective. Sorry, and it's funny. Andrew Tate has actually cost me a lot of dates lately. Anytime a girl asks me, "So what podcast do you listen to?" I mean, it's a hit or miss. Some girls be like, "Oh, you listen to Andrew Tate? Okay, cool. I like his opinions, and he's someone that actually advocates for traditional, masculinity and traditional gender roles, right? And some women be hesitant, scared, and run away. So, but I don't care because um, I don't want to be with a liberal woman anyway, unless she, is someone that can be swayed. Anyway, but yeah, I was late to the Andrew Tate wave, and I started watching his content like I want to say early 2024, sometime last year. A lot of his stuff has really motivated me, inspired me. And after that, because I heard bad things about Fresh Fit, and then watching Fresh Fit in context, I find them hilarious, especially Myron Fresh. His power is networking, so he's not the best communicator. But regardless, I think Myron definitely carries the show. Um, and Myron's very vocal, and his stance on Israel and political stuff. Um, it's always he brings a lot of value. You can't deny. You say what you want about him. You think he's an a hole. You think he's misogynistic. All these things, whatever the case is, he always um, someone that is open minded to hear other people's opinions, debate anyone, um, and he's a very much a big freedom of speech absolutist. And when Trump, before I read this, I just want to say when Trump won, there was a couple people in mind I had, and not enough people. I feel like not enough people were giving credit to Andrew Tate. People were talking about Joe Rogan, um, and a lot of the podcasts that Trump went on, which I think definitely helped him because obviously this actually proved her mentioning them proved that the legacy media is completely like dead and no one respects them. CNN, Fox, NBC, all you guys are cooked. Um, and the fact that she named these two particularly, because Nick Fuentes, I think he was endorsing Kamala, even though he didn't like her, but he felt that she would be the lesser of two evils, I guess. And mostly based off of the whole Iran Israel thing. He kind of predicted it early a year ago, which I get it. But also like Nick Fuentes, he's not like my favorite of the right wing people. I would rather watch Nick Fuentes over anyone from the Daily Wire or um what's an even Stephen Crowder's cool. I enjoy Stephen Crowder. I don't watch all of his content, but I respect him. And obviously Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens is like probably the third favorite right wing person besides Andrew and Myron. Um, she kind of like got she. I told my sister this the other day. She kind of fell off, but um, Notice how the Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro, Michael Knowles, Matt Walsh, Steven Crowder, Candace Owens, like none of these people were named. Kamala mainly named these two particular reasons because she knows, and I think we all kind of know that, like, again, the reason why they want to cancel people like Myron and Andrew Tate is because they have such a big influence onto the young men, and the young men are the ones that are going to carry the next generation, and the next generation of young men are the ones that are going to be running the country. It's men that are the reason why feminism exists. It's men that are the reason why the woke, Me Too, all these things happen to begin with. So if it's gonna begin with men, and it's gonna end with men. So um, let's read this. Let me put up my glasses real quick because this is so fascinating to me. And I just finished watching Myron, sorry, Myron and Andrew on the emergency meeting on Rumble. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Dang, I can't read that at all. Oh, my glasses. My freaking glasses. Oh God. Oh, I'm old. I'm old. Sorry. Anyway, uh pundits speak. Okay, well, let me read the first part. It was devastating to learn about the election that I lost some ground with voters under 30, especially young men. Pundits speak about the bro vote, the frat boy flank. I don't think of them in those reductive terms. Instead, I think about these young voters coming of age during COVID, unnaturally isolated. Their lives is lonely when they should have been at their most social. At the very moment, their world, at the very moment, sorry, at the very moment, their world should have been widening. It had contracted for some. The voices, well, she can't freaking type. My God. For some, the voices that filled the void belong to Andrew Tate, Myron Gaines, and others at who grab attention with get rich or fitness content. I mean, they talk about self improvement, masculinity, health, finances, everything. Not just like get rich like quick or I mean, yes. No, I mean, they're not just like get rich. It's like just being financially stable because a regular 9 to 5 is not like the ideal anymore. I'm doing YouTube because I don't want to be a 9 to 5 either. Anyway, uh, attention with get rich or fitness content, then deliver arguments that feminism is damaging to masculinity need to know, and women need to know their place. Feminism is toxic. It's bad. It's confused women, and there's a lot of women I know in my life who hate working. They hate going 50-50. They don't want to be in their masculine doing a whole bunch of independent boss babe stuff. They don't. Most women don't want to work, and then who do say they want to work are lying through their teeth, and they were only working because someone made them. They were forced to. That's why it's funny. I met a girl, and she asked me what do I want in a woman. I said someone that's not independent because independent women have this mindset where they usually say I don't need no man, and I could do whatever I want, whatever. And then she blocked me immediately. And I was like, good riddance. Good riddance. Anyway, but yeah, I just want to give this special moment to say thank you because this is a big deal. Mr. Beast is the biggest YouTuber in the world, and he had no say in this. Oh, he didn't say who he voted for because he's not allowed to because he sold his soul to the industry. And I find it funny that when Charlie Kirk died, he didn't even post anything, not even rest in peace, nothing at all. The biggest YouTuber who's an influence to the young kids and the turn their brain off world of people that are miserable in the world that don't want to, sorry, that don't want to look within themselves, improve their lives, and do anything about it. They would rather watch Kai Cenat, Speed, Mr. Beast, KSI, and his trash squad and be distracted by them and be entertained for a few hours and then go back to their miserable lives. While people like Myron Gaines, Andrew Tate, Ashley Tubman we have to be better. You got to improve yourself. You don't have to be depressed. You can fix your environment. You can control your destiny, and find financial freedom, get rich. I was actually close to. It's funny. I was gonna go sign up for the New World or Hustlers University, whatever Andrew Tate's thing is, but it denied my card. I'll use a regular card, but I think they probably accept crypto. But I'm like, all right, whatever. I was going to, and I was actually considering joining Myron Gaines the OSS and Castle Club because I wanted to network with a couple guys in there to see who can come onto my podcast, share their story and whatnot. But let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do. I think it would be a good investment if I'm being honest. Um, and Fresh and Fit actually inspired me to want to consider moving to Miami as well. Um, I think that Miami seems like the new American dream. I'd be back and forth between New York City because I was born there, so I'm biased, and Miami. But it seems like the biggest influencers live in Miami. Fresh and Fit. I think Aiden lives like a couple minutes away from Miami. Patrick Bay Davis in Fort Lauderdale. I mean, Sumi Basani, who I interviewed a few months ago, lives in Miami. Austin Durham, and there's that one self improvement guy too. But yeah, everyone seems to be living in Miami. Like I know all the big influencers live in LA, and I don't want to live in LA. It looks beautiful, but I would never want to move to LA. But regardless, Kamala, you admitted this, and I want to say thank you to Andrew Tate, thank you Myron, because even though I do think Andrew Tate don't give him enough credit for him being a big influence for why Donald Trump won. Because I remember when Donald Trump got his assassination attempt, the first one, Andrew Tate, the look on his face, because Andrew Tate has the three rules of how they try to destroy you. They try to cancel you, and if they can't cancel you, they send you to jail, which both Trump and Andrew Tate both went through. And the third option would be they would assassinate you. And Trump, by sheer miracle of God, um, was able to get out of that situation. And Andrew Tate, he did a Google, no, an X meet, what do they call it, the meetups, whatever. And the look on his face was a look of, my God, if Donald Trump would have died, would have passed away, if he would have gotten assassinated, we would have been cooked as a society. And I think he himself knows that if Trump didn't win this election, he would probably be in jail right now because of the whole corruption going on and all these people like Fresh and Fit and try being demonetized, and we're slowly getting back to the whole freedom of speech, lack of censorship as much right now. So um, I think Trump, you should definitely give a handshake to these two, Andrew Tate and Myron Gaines. And Trump, like, please like if you're gonna do anything, I understand that you're pro-Israel. um Please at least give Myron like some form of like accept like an honor for him, because in my opinion, when Trump won the election, the biggest people I came to mind was Andrew Tate, Charlie Kirk, and a little bit of JD Vance. And the reason I say those two, Charlie Kirk was advocating for Trump everywhere he went with the campus meetups and the debates. His Jubilee viral video was amazing. That was my first introduction to Charlie Kirk. Andrew Tate, he was consistently giving us like, go vote, please go vote. And even though Myron like was giving takes on like, this is why you shouldn't vote for Kamala, I didn't think his influence was as big as Charlie's and what Andrew did, because Myron now is doing the street debates and things of that nature now. And I just find it interesting that Kamala mentioned Myron. And now, when I think in retrospect, I do agree that Myron was definitely the influence. Because also the what's his name, Officer Tatum, whose name wasn't mentioned either for a reason. Like, that's crazy that you're cooked. And Myron, by the way, cooked you in that debate with the Israel Palestine debate. So you're trash. Um, but yeah, I didn't think of Myron that much and having that much power in terms of like influencing the young men. Um, like what's his name? No, Walter. Was it Walter Waltengog? That other motivational speaker. And Charlie Kirk, he never talked bad about Andrew Tate. Like, yeah, and it's funny how Charlie Kirk, who's a evangelical Christian, said that Andrew Tate has a impact on the young men, and say what you want about him, whether he's guilty or not. Men are looking up to him for a reason, and he's become something that men aspire to be better, and to be masculine, and to um, play to their gender roles. And that's very true. And rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. I wish he was here to. I wish he was alive, man. I feel so bad. But I just want to congratulate Myron for this. You can never talk trash about Andrew or Myron again. Like he legit, Kamala Harris basically said that Myron and Andrew Tate are the reason why I lost this election. No matter what way you want to put it, because most women are going to be single issue voters. So obviously the women are going to be voting about the whole abortion rights, even though Trump was already going to give the same rights as Kamala about the whole abortion thing. So um yeah, shout out to the young men who I'm very proud to be someone who's in the right wing. Growing up as liberal, I'm very, very, very blessed and happy that I'm on the side of truth. And I'm just thinking of like people who were like advocating for Trump, like Vivek Ramaswamy, Tulsi Gabbard, and RFK Jr. I can't like Joe Rogan was definitely like the nail on the coffin when it came to Trump winning. I think he endorsed him like maybe a couple days before the election. But Andrew Tate, I definitely don't disagree because when when Andrew was because this is before he came to the United States, he was still in Romania. He was still under house arrest. He didn't have any word about what the update of this case was going to be yet at that time. I think that till December, I think he got an update on it. But it was so impactful because I remember Andrew Tate look desperate, but he looked like he was like, guys, go vote. He was saying it without saying it. Like, guys, if you don't vote, my life is over. Like, if you don't vote for Trump, I'm done. I'm going back to jail. That was like the kind of luck he was saying, but he wasn't saying it. He didn't imply it. I didn't think he could legally. Or he wasn't trying to. He didn't want to get that like sympathy, I guess, to be like, vote, please vote for old Andrew. Like, no, he was saying, vote for your country, vote, for freedom of speech, vote for someone that can have protected borders and all these things. And Trump was out of the two, the one that was more normal, that was advocating for more um, making America back to its roots, and two genders and all that stuff. So, I always gave Andrew Tate his props when it comes to that. Myron, I do. Myron, it's funny. Like I'm looking at Myron now. Like Myron has been doing the Fed reacts, or I'm sorry, the debrief for the better part of like the entire year, growing his platform, and um, I think it's helped him a lot grow to because let's be honest, like Farage doesn't really do a lot of like interviews like that. Like he's not the best communicator, but Myron be with Tim Castle, he'd be debating Professor Tatum, getting into Twitter beefs with Matt Walsh, and people know who he is. People know his influence, and I just I'm thinking of things from the perspective of this year because Myron, I don't think he was doing the debrief last year. And I'm just like, the fact that Kamala said Myron shows how much like the impact Fresh Fit have. And they are people who are demonetized on YouTube, who have less subscribers than Kai Cenat and Speed and Mr. Beast and all these celebrities who are endorsing Kamala. And none of those people were able to win over the heart of the men, the young men, than Myron Gaines and Andrew Tate. And that's something to be proud of. That is something that you should wear a t-shirt. If there's a t-shirt I'm gonna buy it immediately because you gotta give them credit. You gotta give them credit. Um, and my hope is that I could reach to that level of not power. Power is like not the word I'm looking for. Influence. I want to be someone that whose opinion people actually care about and respect. And Myron is someone I respect his opinion a lot. I don't agree with everything, but I don't have to. No one. You're not going to agree with everything that everyone says. And Andrew Tate, I agree with a lot of things he says, and I find them both hilarious. And I see a lot of myself in both of them. It's uh it's funny as hell. um, they both have had a big impact on my life. Um, but yeah, I always gave Andrew Tate the props because people like Andrew Tate appear on Piers Morgan and on the news and the BBC. Myron, he's not on that level yet. He doesn't care to be on the spotlight because Myron himself like knows that the legacy media is dead. But the fact that Andrew has had the influence he's had so fast, and also someone that is well known, that like is newsworthy, that whenever he leaves his house, there's reporters and people wanting to interview him. And even though he is someone that is a businessman, we don't really know what he does. I know he owns a couple of casinos and real estate and whatnot, right? But at the end of the day, he's still an influencer. He's still someone that is a businessman. He's not like Elon levels of not to say rich, but like he doesn't have that like he's not Bezos, he's not Mark Zuckerberg, he's not on that elite level, right? Because those people have power too. But Andrew has power in his voice that is able to touch the hearts of young men, and that is powerful. And that is something that I hope God has given that gift to me too, to help not just young men, but women too, people everywhere in the world. I know they have good intentions, and I just want if you guys already subscribe to them, please go show them support and love because that is that's incredible, truly. And I was like at work and I'm like, wow, Kamala Harris really said Myron Gaines and Andrew Tate, not Candace Owens, not Ben Shapiro, not uh Nick Fuentes, not Officer Tatum, not Steven Crowder, not what's his one, Dave Rubin, like none of them, none of them. Like Charlemagne, like that, Charlemagne interviewed Kamala, and that was trash, and he had no impact. Like, who the hell still watches The Breakfast Club? Who watches The View? Who watches any of these Car Daddy? Oh my god, we're gonna be talking about Car Daddy on Thursday with Rob about the whole Aisha Curry situation. Disgusting. LeBron James couldn't even get Kamala Harris in office with his influence as the second greatest player of all time. Well, third now, or maybe not. I don't know. Kobe's better than LeBron. I don't care. But anyway, I know this video is a lot longer than I thought it would be, but whatever. Comment below, subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Let's keep growing this platform. Share this video with Andrew and Myron, please, and show them support. Um, and let's continue to grow and spread the word. See you guys next time.